And I want to just thank you for being candid and speaking about.
Do you want to hear one more, but not on
Yes.
camera? Okay.
Are
Our
we allowed to
wedding.
be- Are we allowed to roll camera on this?
Yeah, you can take it. Well, I don't care. It was our wedding. And, been so many years we waited. And back in this little town of New Bern, North Carolina, and evidently the world was insane about this whole thing. And press was showing up, and I just wasn't ready for any of it and couldn't have cared less. So he had been in jungle survival. So he comes up 3 days before the wedding. And he had asked me beforehand, what are you wearing? And I said, I got this white linen suit I bought, and it's really good. And he said, okay. He said, I'm wearing my dress whites. And I said, that's okay. He said, but that's what Marines do. And I said, okay. And I knew in my heart he was heartbroken because he was such a traditionalist. And I was such an iconoclast. So it was kind of a... And so my best friend and the lady who stood up for me, my maid of honor, it was a very small wedding. It was just the four of us. So he said, I'm looking forward to seeing you come down that aisle. And I said, good, I'm looking forward to coming down the aisle. So Anne said to me the day before the wedding, wear my dress. And I had stood up for her. And she said, please wear my dress. And it was a gorgeous white, drippy, you saw it. So I said, oh, Anne. And she said, no, come on. I said, all right, I will. But we got to sneak it in the rectory, and I don't want him to see me in it before we come down the aisle. So her maid pressed it, and we got it all pretty and fluffed up, and we took it to the rectory the day before. And it was just hanging there. So when I got out of the car, I'm wearing the white suit, and he sees me because he's down the alleyway waiting to go in the church. And I went in, and then I changed into the dress. So I said to my brother, tell him to go in the church. I don't want him to see me until I'm coming down the aisle. And he says to my brother, I'm not going in the church till I see her cross because I think she's headed for Mexico. I'm not doing it. And I said, you have to. I said, Billy, go back and tell him if he doesn't, I'm going to Mexico. So Billy went back and he said, yeah, I guess she means it. So he went in the church. So when I started down the aisle in that dress, he looked up and he started crying. Tears are just... And I'm looking like a Cheshire cat going... He is so emotional about it. And I get down there and he puts his arm around me and he says, thank you. And I thought, well, that was a good thing to do. Until the priest in the middle of the thing says, do you promise to love, honor, and obey? And I looked at him and I said, I'm not going to obey. And he said, just say it. And I said, I'm not saying it, I'm not obeying. And the priest don't know, he don't know what to do. And Cece said, and behind us, everybody's giggling because they know exactly what's going on. And he says to the priest, can you just leave off obey? And the priest said, what am I going to say? And he said, I don't care, just leave it off. So the priest said, do you promise to love and honor? And I said, and cherish. And he said, and cherish. And I said, I do. And that was the way the church, that's what you saw coming out of the church.